So using GIF files in your Power BI dashboard can help make it visually appealing, engaging, and easier to understand. It is also a great tool for storytelling. By default, Power BI doesn't let you insert a GIF image directly, but with a simple workaround, you can achieve this effect. In this video, I'll show you two ways to add a GIF image to your Power BI dashboard. Alright, so here in my Power BI file, I've designed 3 GIF files that I'm going to show you how we can insert it in Power BI. Now, the other method is going to be embedding the GIF file URL directly. And this will be method number 2. Now, with that being said, let's get started. Alright, so I'm actually going to start with method number 2 first, which is to embed a GIF image from a web URL. Alright, so first we need to download an external visual. Alright, so from the visual menu, we want to scroll down to get more visuals. Then we're going to search for HTML content. So this HTML content visual allows you to embed a visual directly by using HTML. Alright, so here I'm going to click on Add to add the visual. Now if I go back to my visual library and scroll all the way down, and here's the HTML content visual. I'm going to insert the visual to my report. Now for the GIF file, I'm going to grab one of the file from giphy.com. Alright, so I'm going to use this one here. So here I'm going to click on Embedded to grab the HTML link. So I'm going to copy the code. Now going back to the HTML content visual. And to add the GIF file using the web URL, we need to create a measure. Alright, so here I need to create a new table first. So I'm going to click on Enter Data. Let's name the account as name. And it's going to be the identifier to identify a GIF file. Alright, so I'm going to just name this as, let's name this as spreadsheet. Then I'm going to insert a new column. And let's name the column as URL. And it's going to be the GIF image URL. Now let's say I want to have multiple GIF images. So let's go ahead and grab another one, maybe this one here. Alright, so I'll copy the code. And I'll set this to responsive. And copy the code again. Alright, so here I'm going to name the GIF file. Let's do animation GIF. Alright, so here I'm going to load the table. Once the table is loaded, I'm going to create a new measure. I'll name the measure. Let's do GIF URL. So here I'm going to insert the lookup value function. The first parameter is going to be the column that I want to retrieve the value from. And in this case, I want to retrieve the GIF image URL from the URL column, followed by the value lookup column. And it's going to be from the name column. And for the lookup value, it's going to be spreadsheet. And enter. Now I can simply add the URL. And I'm going to add the GIF URL. And I'll display the GIF image. Now the other approach is you can actually just create a measure and just paste the URL string. Alright, so this is going to be method number 1. Let's go to method number 2. So for method number 2, I prepare a couple GIF images. Alright, so these 3 images are the ones I'm going to use to insert to my Power BI report. Alright, so first I want to change the background color. Alright, so let's go back to the report view. And I'll enable the format tab. Now going into canvas background, I'm going to change the background to, let's use this dark navy blue color as the background. And I'll set the transparency to 0%. Actually, let's do a little bit more, let me choose a different color. Something a little bit darker. Alright, so I think this one looks pretty good. Now, if you try to insert a GIF file directly by going into Insert, then click on Image. Now, if we select the GIF image, now Power BI is going to display the GIF file as a regular image. Now, the workaround here is we can use a button. Right, so here I'm going to go to Insert. Then I'm going to select Buttons. Now, from the list, I want to insert a blank button. Now, make sure that the button is selected. Then I want to go to Button Style. Then go to Fill. Now, make sure that the Fill section is turned on. Now, here I want to browse the GIF file that I want to insert. I'm going to insert this YouTube animation GIF file. And simply expand the GIF file. Now, this one pretty important step. For the image fit, you want to make sure that it's set to fit. And that's going to resize the GIF image to fit into the button in the most desired ratio. And for the transparency, you want to set that to 0. And I want to provide a background to supply to the GIF file. I want to make the overall look just a little bit more appealing. And we can do that by first, actually I'm going to supply a border to the GIF image. All right, so going back to the button style, I want to go to border. Now here we can set the border transparency to 100%. And I'll increase the border width. Let's take a look. Oh, and this should be 0%, not 100. Now the border width is a little bit too much. Now let's decrease that to 6%. Actually, I think 6 is still too much. Let's do 4 pixel. Now going back to the Insert tab, I want to insert a shape. And I'll insert a rectangle shape as the background. Now go to the Format tab. I want to set the shape to the background. I'm going to choose Send to Back. Now we can reposition the GIF file right in the center of the shape. Now the last thing we need to do here is we just need to format the shape. So I'm going to change the shape color to white. And I want to set the rounded corners pixel to 10 pixel. And we now have a visual that will display the GIF animation. Alright, so here I'm going to simply copy these two items and I'll group them together. Now I'm going to use this as a template so I can reuse this visual for other projects. Now, beside the regular GIF file, we can now also use the WebP file format. Alright, so here doesn't look like both items got copied over. Alright, so I'm going to copy the button and I'll just copy and paste. Now here I'll simply replace the image by going to Fill, and I'll remove the image and browse a new image again. Then I'm going to go back to Shapes, and this time I want to insert a line shape. And I want to use this line shape as the divider. Alright, so here I want to change the line color to white. So here we actually need to go to border and set the color to white. And I'll increase the border width to 2 pixel. I'm going to copy the shape one more time. And this time I'm going to rotate the shape by 90 degrees. And let me shrink the overall size. I think that looks pretty good. Now I can expand the height. And for this one, I'm going to adjust the height. And I'll reposition the line shape. Now lastly, I'm going to make a copy of these two objects. and I'll resize the GIF image. Now go into Fill, remove the image, and I'm going to select the last image. I'm just going to be this one right here. Now, because this GIF image is a little bit larger, and here I need to go back to button style and make sure that the image fit is set to fit, and this one too. And just like that, we now have a very simple landing page that we can use as a template for other future projects. So this is going to be everything I'm going to share in this video. And you can download the source file from the link in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give this video a like and click on the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.